So the Blue Jays had the Sox up against the ropes the first 2 rounds and again late in the third last night. But Alex Rios turned the fight around with one swift haymaker.
Ball hit high, stretch. McCoy back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah!
Good right hand by Bradley.
With the scorecards all even, this barn burner came to an end as Orlando Hudson delivered the final blow.
Shot base hit, and this ball game is over.
And tonight, the Sox are back in the ring facing a southpaw and the boys from Houston.
Manny, come break down this wall.
It's the main event, Sox Astros next. We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Brad Mills' Houston Astros. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you the first of this 3-game set. As you know, the Sox had lost the first 2 to the Blue Jays, and last night in a very exciting ball game. We were trailing 3-1 most of the time, came back and won that ball game 4-3. So the Sox now come in a game and a half in front of Cleveland, and tonight, got to get this guy rolling.
It's interleague play, and that means that Gavin Floyd is going to face a team that offensively is just okay. Hopefully they can't adjust to the interleague play quite as well, and the Houston Astros struggling this year. Gavin has also struggled last 4 times out. He can't get the curveball over. The fastball has been just okay. The location hasn't been good. He's hoping to turn it around tonight, and if he does, our offense on a warm night should be a lot more potent than their offense. Wandy Rodriguez goes to the mound, and Wandy's 4-4. But since 2009, he has the 3rd best left-handed ERA in all of baseball. So he's a good one. His ERA in the low 3s. Wandy's a guy that has a good curveball, but he throws high fastballs. In fact, in his last 10 innings of work, he's given up 6 home runs. Let's hit a few tonight.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
3 beautiful degrees at game time. Time now for the Miller time starting lineup. Brad Mills lines them up this way for Houston. Altuve starts it off, and it's Schaefer, Lowry, Martinez, Wallace, Johnson, Castro, Maxwell, and Bogasevic. The defense and how they'll line up behind Gavin Floyd, Viciedo, Diaz, and Rios in the infield, Hudson, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate. And our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Gavin Floyd, looking for win number 5 in this his 12th start. So they've thrown the ball around the infield. We're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for the first of 3 against these Astros. Gavin Floyd on the bump, and the first pitch of the ball game is taken for a strike. He's a nice little player, Jose Altuve, just 22 years old, comes in hitting at .323, 3 homers and 19 driven in.
He can occasionally put some surprising pop into it. He swings hard.
That's outside. Astros hitting at .255 as a club with a 4.22 ERA. Houston 24-33. And count 2-1. Houston with a home record of 18-14, but on the road they are 6-19. That ball is hit hard. Tank will not be able to get that. 1 hop in 2. Receipts for the leadoff ground rule double. That's his 16th 2-bagger.
And we told you how hard Altuve swings, and when Gavin Floyd fell behind, he went at him with a fastball, and he cranks it. AJ wanted it low and away. Gavin got it on the inner portion and up, and no chance at all, as it's going to be a very lively park tonight.
So here's Jordan Schaefer, center fielder, hitting at .251, a couple of homers. He's driven in 15. Hudson at the cut of the grass at third. Outfield slightly to the left. Paulie well off the line at first. Takes the bunt, takes the ball.
We saw this Houston team 2 exhibition games before the start of the regular season, before we went on to play the Texas Rangers. They get a very young ball club.
Ball's yanked foul. One and one to count.
Here's a look at Brad Mills. He spent 6 years with the Boston Red Sox. Before that, with the Montreal Expos. Veteran baseball man.
This academic.
He squared as if to bunt, but the ball got away. And it goes as a wild pitch. Gavin's had a few of those this year. In fact, that's going to be, well, actually just his second.
So 2 balls and a strike. And that evens the count. Overall, this is the 19th meeting between these two clubs. In the first 18, Sox have won 10 of them. We played 12 against Houston here and won 7 of them. He gone. Hook.
Good curveball by Gavin Floyd. Schaefer can't pull the trigger, can't get the job done. And they're going to play back on the right side, back in the middle, conceding the run on a ground ball.
Switch hitting shortstop Jed Lowry, formerly of the Red Sox, hitting at .288, 10 homers and 24 driven in. Takes ball 1. Lowry has faced Floyd 7 times, has 1 hit. In fact, he's the only member of the starting lineup for the Astros to have ever faced Gavin.
Lowry was hurt when we saw them in the exhibition games.
Well, he always looked like he was going to be a good player when he was with Boston, and for some reason just never got there.
As you can see, left-handed, far superior than he is as a right-hand hitter. I think Boston envisioned him as their shortstop for a long time.
They did.
And
he looked like he was going to do it.
Didn't work out that way.
No. That's a little short fly ball into center field. So Altuve will tag. Here's the throw. He will score. And it's 1-0 Houston. So up to this point, that wild pitch has hurt.
RBI number 25 for Jed Lowry.
So here's Martinez, the DH, hitting at .240, 5 homers and 32 knocked in. J.D. Martinez, 24-year-old.
Martinez plays left field when they don't use a designated hitter. But he's not quite the defender that Maxwell is.
1-1 to count. And the count 1-2. First of 3 against these Astros. Then an off day on Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Take on the Cardinals in St. Louis. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Dodgers in L.A.
Has to make you pretty happy to see these uniforms. Remembering 2005.
Yeah, but that didn't take long. The 2-2. He gone. Leadoff double by Altuve. Wild pitch, sacrifice fly after half inning of play as their guys won and our guys coming to bat.
Our Sox tonight. Diaz leading off and Gordon Beckham hitting second. Then it's Dunn, Konerko, Rios, A.J. Pierzynski, Viciedo, Ramirez, and Hudson round out the starting 9. On defense, left to right, it's Maxwell, Schaefer, and Bogusevic with Johnson, Lowry, Altuve, and Wallace. Castro behind the plate, and Wandy Rodriguez on the hill. Wandy at 4-4. The ERA very good at 3.14. Back since 2009, he has the 3rd best earned run average of any left-hander in baseball.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as here is Alejandro Diaz. Takes first pitch strike from the 33-year-old veteran southpaw. Wandy, 5'11", 195 pounds, out of Pearland, Texas.
He throws a lot of fly balls.
Here's a chopper, 2-hopper, Lowry.
The umpires for the game tonight. Lance Barrett behind the plate. Then it's Las Diaz at first. Mike Everett, the crew chief, at second. And Paul Schreiber is at third.
So here's Gordon. Beckham at 229, 8 homers and 22 driven in. Takes the strike. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straight away center. There's a pop up right side. Altuve. 2 down. And right now let's check out our Farmers Insurance picks to click. There you see Jim Angio, director of the crew. One was Konerko. Steve's going with Alex Rios, Terry Hammond, Roger Clare, Mike Williams, Eric, all the good guys out at Bolingbrook and Hawthorne Woods. We're going to go with the man at the plate right now, Adam Dunn. Didn't get the fastball.
Adam is the most familiar with Wandy because he spent almost his entire career in the National League, as has Wandy.
Well, Adams had good luck against him, 10 for 23 with a couple of homers. It's that one foul. Sox come in hitting at 254 as a team with a 3.93 ERA. Sox trying to get back to 500 at home. 15-16 here, but on the road 17-9, which is the best in all of baseball. And there's a rope hook for a base hit.
Did something that was pretty hard to do. It was a sinking line drive, and he was able to take it over the head of Chris Johnson, who was playing in front of Brian Bogusevic, and that's not easy.
The old humpback line drive trick.
Wandy is the only member of these Astros to be around when they lost the World Series back in 2005. So he is the last of the Astros still standing in that uni.
And here is Paulie. Takes low. Paulie hitting at 371. 11 homers, 33 knocked in. Now he has faced Wandy 3 times and has 3 hits.
That couldn't be why the crew picked him, could it?
I tell you, they are the biggest front runners. And I'm excluding Jim Angio. He's been around too long to be that much. But you're talking about Leary.
Oh, yeah.
And Ross. Mike Lear, our producer, Dave Ross, associate producer.
They don't realize when you have that kind of a handicap system, he's got to hit a couple of home runs and a double.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And count 2-1. And win the ball game.
It's true. So last series we had Lowry at third. This series we have Lowry at short, and we got Leary in the truck. How do you keep track of these things?
There's that curveball. He throws 30% curveballs. That's more than anybody else in the big leagues.
Pretty amazing. That number one, 30% would be the highest number. And that he's still around throwing that many curveballs all this time.
Well, it's not exactly Larry Anderson type slider numbers.
No, that was 99%.
There's a chopper to Harper. Lowry's got plenty of time. Knows it, takes it, makes it, and that'll retire to the side. After one, it is 1-0 bad guys.
That's it. October 26th of 2005. Those are the two that we have left, Paulie and AJ. And another guy who was there and is in attendance tonight, Jose Contreras. So there's 4 in the house, including Wandy Rodriguez from that World Series.
And of course, we don't get there without that big guy right there, Contreras. What a good teammate he was. And some kind of performer. And maybe the last time you will ever see 4 consecutive complete games, and within 2 pitches of 5 consecutive complete games in the playoffs. That ball hit high and deep. So Brett Wallace has made it a 2-0 ball game.
First home run of the year for Wallace. The first round draft pick of the St. Louis Cardinals, the 8th player in the country. He's been around since then, but he was originally St. Louis Cardinal. So the Ford home run replay, he gets one up and out over the plate. And Wallace, in his 15th at bat this year, it's his first homer.
Johnson takes strike 1. Well, Wallace is a big guy, 6'2", 262 pounds.
And he's trimmed down since his days at Arizona State.
He gone. Hook.
Chris Johnson goes down on strikes. He gets ahead, and then you can wipe him out of the strike zone like most hitters.
Here's Castro. Jason Castro, the catcher, 24 years old. Oh, Beckham, look at you, Gordon, do it. Showtime. 2 down. Beautiful play. The ball was hit hard.
That one ticketed for right field all the way off the bat of Houston's former #1 draft choice. Castro hits it about as hard as he can, but Gordon right there to make the catch. And then the throw is pretty easy after that.
So here's Maxwell, Justin Maxwell, hitting at .229, 5 homers and 15 knocked in. Well, the oldest guy they have in this starting position lineup is 28 years old.
Well, their one big bat, Carlos Lee, is on the disabled list with a hamstring problem in the final year of a long-term, very lucrative deal. I don't know if he wants to play anymore. I know he doesn't have to play anymore with that particular contract he signed.
There's a Gavin's got a good curveball tonight. That double was on a fastball, and that home run was on a fastball. And he gone. But the home run by Wallace after an inning and a half, 2-0. .418 batting average, quite a bit of difference. Home runs, quite a bit of difference. ERA, quite a bit of difference. So ergo, you'd think to be more than 24-18. But our Sox have the second best all-time record in interleague play, only to the Yankees. The Yankees have won one more game than we have in interleague play and lost 2 less than we have.
And we've got 15 straight in interleague play, so hopefully that will hold up. We'll be able to put a little daylight between ourselves and Cleveland, although Cleveland leading St. Louis 2-0, bottom of the first.
Alex takes up high, 1-1 the count. Rios comes in at .293, 6 homers and 31 driven in. And Cincinnati leading the Tigers 4-1, bottom of the 5th. At Great American Ballpark. Back to the middle, takes that nice Bolingbrook bounce.
Well, he almost got a break because Rodriguez just missed deflecting it with his pitching hand. Looked like he decided at the last instant to act. And a good play by Altuve. He doesn't have a great arm, but he gets rid of the ball quickly.
Here's AJ. AJ at .297, 10 homers, 37 driven in. Yeah, in the interleague play, the Sox have won 157, lost 111. Yankees won 158, lost 109. AJ stayed with that one just underneath it. Altuve waves everybody off. So 2 down.
It's going to be a little easier to play pop-ups and fly balls tonight because the wind not that much of a factor.
So here's Tank. Takes first pitch strike. Fouls that back, and remind you can organize a group outing of 20 or more for the rest of the season. Purchase a block of tickets or enhance your outing by upgrading to a pregame patio party, diamond suite, or one of our other great party areas. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. And of course, that is the domain out there in the patio party of the Bertucci boys. Bobby, Bruno, Anthony, and don't forget about Giggs. The 1-2.
Viciato has been red hot. Most runs batted in since May 14th. He leads the major leagues. Tie for second, Bautista and Morneau. And then Fielder and Buster Posey, fine catcher of the Giants.
Got him. 1-2-3 inning. And it is still 2-0 Houston.
Later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Top of the 3rd inning. 2-2-0 for their guys. 0-1-0 for our guys. It'll be Brian Bogusevic out of Oak Lawn. Hitting at .226, 3 homers. He's driven in 14.
The 3 home runs are deceiving. He can hit the ball hard.
Stops that one foul.
Five left-handers in the lineup against Gavin Floyd.
Good curveball strike. Yes, he did. He went and he gone.
Strikeout number 5 for Gavin. Got a break here because if this doesn't hit the right leg of Lance Barrett, it's going to the screen. And although it didn't look like he did go, he got rung up and thrown out.
So here's Altuve. He led off the ball game with a rocket 1-hop double into the left field seats and came around to score. Takes a strike to even accounted 1.
The Astros will be moving to the American League next year, so we will see them every year. They'll move into the American League West, and then all the divisions will have 5 teams.
Top of the 6th, and Cincinnati 4-1 Reds over the Tigers. Bottom of the 2nd in St. Louis, 2-0 Cleveland. That's into left field. That's a can of corn. 2 down. Pittsburgh leading Kansas City 4-2. Pirates coming in at 29-27. Yankees shutting out the Mets 6-0. That's in the bottom of the 6th in the Bronx.
Looks like Luke Hochevar saves his best for us because Pittsburgh is massaging him a bit in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, he comes in with almost a 7 ERA, but not against us.
4 runs, 8 hits already, and there's nobody out in the bottom of the 5th.
Schaefer fouls that away left side. Phillies leading Baltimore 9-4, bottom of the 5th at Oriole Park. Tampa Bay 2, Miami 1, down in Miami. That's in the bottom of the 4th. Good curveball, backdoor style, and the count 0-2. Just off the corner.
Our BMO Harris Bank pitch tracks will show you that that one missed, but tantalizing enough to at least tempt Schaefer.
Two 2-2.
Another good backdoor breaking ball should probably get the job done against the former Brave.
That's down and in, but he's going to reach.
Goes another wild pitch and the 6th strikeout for Gavin, but the inning stays alive. That ball right off the right shin guard of AJ.
So Schaefer 14 for 18 in stolen bases. Astros are 34 up, 15 down in the stolen base category. And Schaefer with a good lead.
Astros haven't run all that much, and they've been almost completely unable to stop the opposition from running against them. So that's something that if we get a couple of our runners on, we can certainly take advantage of. We've given up 48 stolen bases, only thrown out 13 base runners. Bobby Meacham, the first base coach. He's also the man that positions the defense.
That ball here hard. Get foul. It will. One and one to count. Close pitch, didn't get it.
BMO Harris Bank pitch tracks, and that ball was in off the plate. Now a good time to run if Schaefer wants to. You just don't see pitch outs in this situation, and he just missed him. Good quick move by Gavin. We haven't seen him that quick to first base.
And the count 3-1. Shot, fair ball. Got to get over there in a hurry, Alex. He can run, get it back in, hit the cutoff man. And now they're going to hold him because he did hit that cutoff man. Good job by Rios.
And Dave Clark did a very good job of coaching at third base, because he came almost all the way down the line to get in the line of sight of Jordan Schaefer to stop him. Two terrific relays. Alex Rios gets the ball quickly. We get a favorable carom off the wall. Is that ball just inside the line? With the speed of Schaefer, you figure he's going to score rather easily. But two perfect relays, and he puts on the brakes.
So here is J.D. Martinez. Struck out on a curveball to end the first inning.
That was another count getting to Gavin as he went to 3-1. And Lowry slaughtered that one.
Count evens at 1. That's trouble. Alex can't get there. And it's foul. Yes. Whew, I thought that ball was going to be fair.
Las Diaz on the call. That ball slicing away from Rios, make it impossible for him to get it. And we've gotten a couple of breaks this inning. Watch it again. We'll slow it down. Just foul.
Man.
Look for about a couple of inches. There's 4 up there.
Look for about 2 or 3 seconds. It was definitely going to be fair.
Yeah.
Put a good hook on him right here. He gone. He did. And that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the third. It is still 2-0.
Who were the 2 20-game winners for the Astros in 1999? They had some great pitchers over the years. You think about that. We'll get back to you a little later in the show with the answer.
At one time, they had the toughest pitching staff in all of baseball.
Well, in that dome, you just couldn't see it, and they threw 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Alexei hitting at .213, a homer. He's driven in 25. And count 2-0. And before the game in batting practice, this was a nice presentation to Alexei from Jose Contreras, a fellow Cuban. Look at his gold medal from the Olympics. And I'll tell you what happened about that. Is that he either lost it or somebody took it. And searched everywhere, couldn't find it. So Scott Reifert and Sox tried everything they could. They went to the Olympic Committee, and they said, we can't do anything for you. As that's down and the count goes full. Then they went to, of course, they couldn't do anything with Cuba.
No,
try to get another one.
I wouldn't think so.
And then they went, I think, to the committee in Switzerland. They said, well, get us the papers and we'll get your replacement, because that's popped up right side. And that's out number 1. So they did. They went through that whole process. They said, but you got to pay for a replacement of the gold medal, plus shipping and everything. So the White Sox picked all that up. And you saw the presentation before the game, and Alexei, as you look at Contreras, was very touched and cried when he got his medal.
I mean, that's really nice. Number one, it's a wonderful thing to have gotten back again. It's great for the White Sox to have foot the bill for everything.
Yep. Hudson hitting at 188. Got that big game-winning hit last night. Ciedo on third. And there's the strike. There were 2 out. He just laced a rocket. Well, Francisco Cordero into center field for the base hit. There's that curveball. Count 1-2. But last night, here it is.
Well, it was great to see that, because it was a tough night at third base for Orlando. And still, in this game, like in life, every now and then you get a redeemer. And that's what it was.
That ball into left center field. Schaefer. Not hit hard, and that's out number 2. So here's the Ozzy. Got it out to short.
Alejandro doesn't drag bunt a lot, but that would be a terrific play here, because Wallace is not a good defender, and Rodriguez falls off the mound to the third base side.
Takes curveball strike.
We're seeing 2 pretty good curveballs tonight.
This is the best curveball Gavin's had in 6 starts.
Wandy drops down a little bit, gives Alejandro a different look. Gavin has fanned 7 through 3 innings. Trails 2-0.
2-1.
Big advantage we might have is that Rodriguez has given up 6 home runs in his last 12 innings of work.
Curveball into right field, just outside the diving effort of Brett Wallace. So good speed aboard.
Cracks the bat, hits it off the end of the bat, and Wallace does not have real good range and can't get to it.
That's what you call seeing eye single right there. As here is Beckham. I wonder if the White Sox would do anything. And I lost my solid gold player of the year plaque that weighed 2.5 pounds of gold.
I thought that was a 5-pound award.
It was close. It was close. Might have been 4.5.
Well, give Gary a call. And tell him, in fact, tell him to wait about 2 weeks and then give you that 5-pound award.
Oh, 0-1. Back to the middle base hit. Solid. Attaboy Gordon. Oh, Diaz now will pull up. And that'll bring up Adam Dunn.
Wise choice by Diaz, because you never want to make the third out at third base, but also Adam Dunn has had such good luck with Rodriguez over the course of his career that you certainly don't want to get thrown out at third.
Adam hit a humpback line drive for a single in the right field. Now they're not going to be able to put up the shift. Takes it right there for a strike. 2 out, 2 on. Down 2 here in the bottom of the third.
Well, let's hope that Wandy keeps that fastball right where he threw the last one, which was
wheelhouse.
Exactly where Adam wants it. Down and out over the plate.
And another one right there. Good. Good 2-strike hitter right here, Adam. That one, buddy.
Minimum of pitches so far for Rodriguez. Just his 44th coming.
Checks it up on the breaking ball. Looks like he drops a little bit when he's going to throw that curveball.
Especially, well, to the left-handers, he pretty much shows you that he's going to do that.
And that curveball is chopped foul.
And having thrown some sidearm breaking balls, I was told very early by a lot of veteran pitchers, you better throw some sidearm fastballs, otherwise they're going to sit there knowing it's going to be a breaking ball, and eventually they're probably going to kill you.
I faced more than a few right-handers who every time they dropped down it was a curveball, a sidearm breaking ball, I should say, and that's foul. I mean, not 95% of the time, 99.9% of the time. One, 2. Nice pick by Castro.
Castro's got some very good range, and he had a really tough knee injury. Didn't play all of last year because of that knee injury and that surgery.
2 on, 2 out, the 2-2 pitch.
think we catch a break here, as that ball has good part of the zone, but when you stay down and stay down, many times you don't get the benefit of a high call, and he didn't.
Oh, good rip. Looking for it, got it, and just underneath it.
This ball's actually higher than the one that was called ball 3. Just out of a spot where Adam would like it.
And that's ball 4. That'll load him up for Paulie. Good at bat for Dunn. Fell behind 0-2. Draws the walk. First base on balls issued by Rodriguez. And here's Paulie, grounded out to short.
With the bases loaded, 10 grand slams. And like most of his numbers, a lofty batting average.
Curveball hit softly, bobbles. Now he has time. He knows it. Controls, and that'll retire the side. So we threaten, can't score. We'll go to the 4th, trailing 2-0. It's a 2-0 Houston lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Brett Wallace will lead it off. He led off the second with a home run, his first of the season. No cheapie. One and one to count. The 25-year-old first baseman. Another curveball and another foul.
Wallace was with St. Louis in the organization, acquired by Oakland, then acquired by Toronto, and then acquired by Houston.
Full count.
Chris Johnson in the on-deck circle. An easy strikeout victim last inning.
Pretty good pitch, did get it. But Bobby Mitchum, the coach at first, and this is how I will always remember Bobby Mitchum. This is August 2nd, 1985. Luis Salazar, the relay to Ozzie. The relay to Fisk. Here comes Mitchum. And who was the second guy that got tagged out? And the coach that sent him. Dale Berra was the runner. And of course the coach at third base was my buddy Gene Michael, the stick.
So we got him thrown out 2 at a time.
We did never let him live that down either.
Well, that's surprising for a product of Kent State, that he would make an egregious mistake like that.
I'll tell you. That's one of my all-time favorite plays right there. Pudge tagging out Meacham and Barrett. And the tagging in the slow motion here.
Well, he knew Barrow was coming. After Meacham tried to knock the ball out of his glove.
Johnson. 1-1 to count.
That was a cutter, and Johnson's got a bit of a chance to hit a cutter. Doesn't have much of a chance to hit his curveball. That one just kind of stayed right there. Fouled it back.
Right over Mully and Hanley. Two and one to Chris Johnson. Yeah, Drysdale now we had a ball with that one.
Johnson's grounded into 8 double plays this year.
Two and two.
I remember seeing the highlights of that, but I don't believe I've ever seen that live during a game, having 2 guys thrown out at the plate.
That's the only time I've ever seen it. He gone. Hook. 8 punch outs for Gavin.
Johnson just has really no idea on that breaking ball, because those are a good 6-7 inches off the plate.
Well, this is, we talked about this, without a question, is the best curveball he has had in his last 6 starts.
Now he just has to find a way to combat the left-handers, because a few of them hit the ball very hard against him.
There's a strike to Castro. He hit the ball hard, and Gordon made a beautiful play to get him. That's into center field. That's a can of corn. And here's that play that Beckham made on Castro earlier. That ball was scalded by Castro. So here's Maxwell. He struck out on a curveball to end the 2nd inning. That's high into left center field. We got a man there, makes the catch. That'll retire the side. He pitches over the leadoff walk. He's got good stuff tonight, but he trails it 2-0.
Were the 2 20-game winners for the Astros in 1999, and the answer: Mike Hampton and Jose Lima. It was Lima time, and then Hampton parlayed some very good numbers in Houston into a gigantic contract with the Colorado Rockies.
Alex Rios will lead it off for us. He'll be followed by AJ and then Tank. Takes down low. Alex hit a chopper right back to the middle. Took a nice hop, came up for Altuve.
Wow, Alex is looking back at Lance Barrett. That ball was up and out of the zone. In fact, well up and out of the zone.
Should be 2-0, but it's 1-1.
Nissan pitch tracks. Good call to get if you're the pitcher.
Outfield there, straight up, spread out. And the count moves to 3-1.
For the last 2+ weeks, Alex Rios has been just about as hot as anybody. 5 home runs, hitting .356, and he's driven in 16.
That ball high in the right field. Goes to it. And that's out number 1. Here's AJ. AJ popped up to Altuve. Curveball strike. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for their guys. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for our guys.
Rodriguez has a couple of different speeds on that curveball. It's a pretty good one tonight.
Well, left-handers who can throw strikes, number 1, change speeds, number 2. Got a chance. He just looks like he's out there working the side with Castro.
Yeah, Wandy's got good stuff. And unlike in previous years, this year the ERA's been better on the road than at home. Normally it's not like that.
AJ, good pass at that one, just underneath it. Well, from the left field line, left field corner to left center. Not deep left center, but to left center, normal. Same thing in right field, the right field. At the juice box, it is a homer haven. Curveball. That's the second strikeout, and that'll bring up Tank, who was the first strikeout.
Just 3 singles so far against Wandy Rodriguez. That's a slower of the 2 curveballs. Had a buddy of yours wanted to say hello before the game. He's a catching instructor for Houston, and he's the advanced scout, and he scouts off the computer in the locker room. Matt Sinatra.
Oh, yeah. Matt is a good man.
Coached for Lou Piniella.
Long time.
With the Cubs.
Yeah, Seattle.
And his son was drafted by these Astros. But he's got a full ride to Gonzaga. Tough choice.
You ever played golf with Matt?
No.
He can hit it.
Well, he's a strong guy.
Low line drives that just don't come down.
I was going to say he has to have a good short game. Because he's close to the ball.
Yeah. Two out and the 2-2 pitch. All 4 base hit. Tank. There's a hook. There's a line drive base hit. Those get me over. Curveballs on 3-2. Or breaking balls. Usually get hit hard.
The Tank doesn't take too many pitches, and I would think Rodriguez wanted to throw this ball in the dirt. But although it was out of the strike zone, it wasn't in the dirt. And Diane just drops a head on it and keeps the inning alive.
And here's Alexei. There's a bullet back through the middle. So Alexei, who popped up to right field, now 1 for 2. More importantly, we got a couple of guys on, and that'll bring up Orlando.
Second inning in a row that Rodriguez retired the first 2 men he faced, only to see 2 base hits. Alexei takes that first ball fastball, drives it right back up the middle. And a shot for Hudson to narrow the gap.
Orlando went out to center field. Did not hit it hard. Takes that curveball for a strike. That's where that pitch track sometimes is a little misleading, because that ball definitely went across the plate.
Well, by plenty.
Yeah. But on the pitch track, they got it where he caught it rather than where it went across the plate. There's a count now 0-2.
Well, the curveball has always been, probably always will be, the toughest pitch to call, especially if you have a big breaking curveball.
Well, there for a long time, about 15 years ago, they wouldn't call it.
Well, that's actually when sinker slider came into vogue for just about everybody.
Two out, 2 on, 1-2 the count. And it's 2-2. Rodriguez reminds me a lot of Eddie Guardado, former Sox nemesis. Only he's got a better curveball than Eddie had.
Everyday Eddie?
Oh, boy.
Everyday Eddie.
He wore us out.
He pitched in every game.
He wore us out. And a full count with Diaz on deck.
In a similar situation last inning, in fact an identical situation, he had 0-2 on Adam Dunn. Wound up walking him, loading him up for Paulie after 2 base hits, after 2 were out. He's worked the count full to Orlando after 2 base hits with 2 outs here.
Ball, full base hit. High chopper. High chopper. Oh, man, what a nice play. Nice play by Chris Johnson. Barehanded it, waited for it to come down, and then gunned him out. He's threatened again. Can't score. It is still 2-0.
Bullet of a throw by Chris Johnson, who has to wait for gravity. Has to let the runner clear, and then barehand and fire to get Hudson by a half step at first. That's the only thing that has kept it a shutout.
The ghost of it. First ball, get over there. He will. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and that'll bring up Altuve, who has double scored and gone out to left.
I don't think I'd get real careless with the first ball fastball, as Jose Altuve, a very aggressive hitter.
Well, this guy's a nice little player. Takes first pitch strike. And the count 0-2.
Altuve might be the best hitter you've never heard about in the National League. He's second, or in the tie for second, with Bourne in hits, behind Melky Cabrera of the Giants.
Curveball. And 2 gone. Well, I'm just happy Melky is out of this league.
Well, Melky didn't lose anything in the translation because he's gone over there and hit everything in sight in the National League.
He hit everything in sight against us.
Yeah, he did that. Well, he just had a great year here, and everybody said for Kansas City they want to trade him or trade him before he loses his value. Best year he's ever going to have. Well, he's duplicating it, and they got back Jonathan Sanchez, who's had a sore arm.
Jordan Schaefer struck out twice, but he reached base on a wild pitch on that strikeout back in the third. Two and nothing.
Indians have increased their lead over St. Louis to 4-0. Game in the top of the fifth in St. Louis.
There's the strike. And that's out of play. And a reminder, our Sox and Cubs rivalry continues for the BP Crosstown Cup. Great seats are still available for the Sox Cubs here at U.S. Cellular Field June 18th, 19th, and 20th. And you can purchase tickets by visiting WhiteSox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME. The 2-2.
Tried the backdoor breaking ball, but that one slid out of his hand. This would be the last guy you want to put on base via the base on balls. Nissan pitch tracks will show you that this ball is off the corner. Now you got their best base stealer and a guy who's crushed the ball.
That double in the third and that sacrifice fly in the first. Switch hitting shortstop Jed Lowry. First pitch strike.
I would think if you're Brad Mills, you just don't want to run early here, because if you open first base, the man up next, J.D. Martinez, is a strikeout victim twice. Then they would pitch around Lowry and probably have a much easier time with Martinez, who has been mystified by Gavin's curveball tonight.
Well, that'll tell you how far Lowry has come. Even in any scenario, with the exception of the National League, mentioned pitching around him.
It's true. He's becoming the player that Boston thought he was going to be all along.
Well, you know, in some markets it's tough for some guys to play. Not that that's the case with Jed. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he was hurt and wouldn't tell anybody up there for whatever reason, but some guys just don't perform well in New York, Boston, in that climate.
It's tough to play there.
It is.
There's a lot of pressure that you just don't have in other places. He was a first-round supplemental pick, 45th overall in 2005.
That's high and deep. Stay in here. Nope. It is 4-0.
Well, pitching to him in that situation, I know you hate to put anybody on. You're certainly not going to put him on intentionally, but he just has seen the ball too well against Gavin tonight. His 11th home run of the year. He's the most powerful guy in this lineup tonight. Our Ford home run replay, it's a fastball down, and he takes it out.
Good effort by Rios. And here is Martinez, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And Gavin has been hurt on. They have 4 hits, all coming off the fastball. All coming off the fastball. 2 homers and 2 doubles. One and one to count to Martinez. That's going to be a souvenir right side. Four 4-0 for them. 5-0 for us.
Ten home runs allowed in his last 5 starts. Unlike tonight, a lot of those were hanging breaking balls.
Alexei. And that'll do it. We're halfway home. We trail it 4-0. Couple of home runs, one by Brett Wallace and 2-run shot by Jed Lowry. First pitch strike to Diaz. Alejandro is 1 for 2. Might behoove us boys to start pecking away.
Well, their closer, Brett Myers, who was the starter points of his career, most of the time in his career, is now out of the bullpen, has 14 saves and a 2.25 ERA.
There's a shot on the rolling curveball down into the corner, so he will make the turn. He will go into second and pick up his 10th two-bagger.
Two for 3 should put him around 300. As Diaz is going to improve on that 381 on base percentage. What a leadoff hitter he's been.
There's Gordon. He's 1 for 2. Popped up to second, and then in the third inning just tattooed a single right back through the middle. Takes that one up high.
Alejandro's batting average has moved to 301.
And he's got a 2-0 count. The catbird seat.
Quick visit to the mound by Doug Brocail, former Major League pitcher, former executive with these Astros. They fired their pitching coach last year, and Doug came down from the front office into the dugout.
Outfield slightly to the right. Big gap in left center. Bogusevic straight up out there and right. Two-0 curveball for a strike. And the count 3-1 with Adam Dunn on deck. And Konerko in the hole.
Got some guys coming up with good numbers against Wandy. And there's one of them.
He just missed it. Just missed it. Damn it. And now Piazza is going to tag and go in.
Well, scouting report on Maxwell is that he has a below average arm, and if you get a chance, you're going to run. So good heads up base running by Piazza, realizing that the towering fly ball was not going to get out. Might as well tag.
Even if he's got a decent arm, he's not going to throw anybody out like that.
Well, that was a terrible setup.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Terrible setup to throw it.
He's not going to throw anybody out, even with a decent. So here's Adam. They're going to put a modified shift on him. Adam has singled and he has walked. Takes a big sweeping curveball for a strike.
Last time up, he took 2 fastballs, strike 1, strike 2, and then Rodriguez couldn't get a curveball over the plate.
Oh, hit hard, and that shift is going to get him again. But Piazza, because of that tag up and going to third, scores, and it's a 4-1 ball game.
Big man can't hit it too much harder than this. He just hits it as hard as you can, and Altuve is right there diving toward the outfield to grab that ball and still make the play. That was a fine play.
So here's Paulie. Paulie twice has gone out to Lowry at short. That shift has just really been hurting Adam lately.
Well, that shift has defeated a few of them. But the first guy they invented it for, it didn't do much with. Old Ted Williams.
Curveball strike.
RBI number 40 for Adam.
And the Tigers have just taken a 5-4 lead over Cincinnati, top of the 8th inning. They were trailing 4-1 at one point. Curveball, and Lowry's going to get him again 3 times. But we get on the board, and we'll go to the 6th now, trailing by 3. Clips Salons for the Great Clips Summer Sweepstakes Code. The grand prize winner will throw out the first pitch on Mullet Night, Friday, June 22nd. Plus, get 4 White Sox game tickets and 4 pregame patio party tickets. So, Great Clips, this is going to be great.
Jordan Danks checks in the game in left field. His major league debut was as a pinch runner.
So 1 pitch, 1 out. Brett Wallace is retired. He is now 1 for 2, a homer, leading off the 2nd. That'll bring up Chris Johnson, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Want to know the count. Alex is there. 2 down. That'll bring up Jason Castro. Castro was robbed of a base hit on a beautiful play by Beckham and going out to center.
Former first-round draft pick, 10th pick overall in June 2008 draft. So they thought very highly of him from the beginning.
Well, he's just 24, so he's got some time.
And losing a full year to knee surgery certainly set him back.
0-2 the count.
He was trying to avoid a tag in spring training, tag at first base, and tore up his knee and lost the entire season.
He gone. That is 9 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts for Gavin, but he trails at 4-1.
Here's the pitch by Downing. Swinging. There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7-15. There's a new home run champion of all time. And it's Henry Aaron. The fireworks.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and it was the call by that man, Milo Hamilton.
84 years young. Calling games for 59 years, 28 with the Astros, second to Vin Scully. As Alex Rios will lead it off here. Takes first pitch strike in the bottom of the 6th, 4-1. Houston on top. And of course Milo inducted into the broadcaster wing of Baseball Hall of Fame in 1992 and Radio Hall of Fame in 2000.
Brian Bixler takes over at third.
Oh and 2. Alex saying one of those two is not a strike.
First one wasn't. Second one you can make a good case for.
And getting back to Milo Hamilton, it's called 11 no-hitters. Ryan's 4,000th K and Biggio's 3,000th hit. Milo stopped traveling with the team in 2006, and the Astros will honor him September 2nd on his 85th birthday. That's foul back, and Viciero left because of tightness in both hamstrings.
Well, that could very well be, and I know it was a warm day today, especially down on the field before the game. Could very well be a little dehydration.
No question. On a day like today, you've got to hydrate.
And when you see him in both hamstrings, usually it'll be that.
Checks it up. He did not go. Well, to show you how times change on days like today and hotter, we might take as many as 25, 35 salt tablets.
Yeah, remember that. That's why you guys have blood pressure 300 over 250.
That's on a good day. And there's a shot. Get down. It will. So that's a good way to start off here in the bottom of the 6th. That leadoff double by Alex Rios. That's his 10th two-bagger.
Wandy finally got one close to the outside corner, and Alex drove it into the gap. Split the gap between Maxwell and Schaefer. Very promising way to start the 6th inning.
AJ has popped to second and struck out. And that's a fair ball right down the line. So Alex will score. AJ got to hurry. Here's the throw. It's safe. It's a 4-2 ball game.
RBI number 38. And that one rifled by Wallace at first base. Wandy rolls a breaking ball. And that one clearly fair. Las Diaz, a nice job of getting out of the way of it before motioning it was indeed a fair ball.
So here's Jordan. First major league at bat.
Just find some way to pull the ball, young man. Those are the numbers at AAA. Now Brad Mills comes out. Normally that's a sign that pitcher's coming down. 93 pitches for Wandy. So far no sign of the pen though. Bullpen up and going. It's Wright the left-hander and Lopez the right-hander. Lance Barrett's going out to break it up to find out what Brad Mills wants to do. There are the numbers so far. Rodriguez has not been overpowering. He's only had 1-2-3 inning, that coming in the second. And he has been in a few jams.
Got to get him over, Jordan. Takes it up, takes that curveball strike. Count 1-1.
Bill McEwing going through his set of signs. And because this will be a lifetime memory for Jordan Danks, his first at bat, make it a good one. Crowd didn't like it, but it's a pretty good pitch. Curveball. By the time Castro caught it, it was down, but came over at the knees.
That'll get the job done. That ball was absolutely scalded by Jordan.
Good at bat. Nice job. Job he had to do was a job he did. Unfortunately, Rodriguez hung the curveball inside.
So here's Alexei. He's 1 for 2. He just rifled a single back through the middle in the 4th inning. Takes that curveball in. So a good first major league at bat for Jordan Danks. Hopefully first of many.
Well, we know one thing from watching him in spring training. Athletically, there's nothing that he can't do.
Well, he's probably the best athlete in the organization. He's the best outfielder we've got in the organization.
And he does have that Danks competitiveness. So let's see if that translates into some performance when he gets an opportunity, which is not going to be all that often.
Big at bat right here. And the count 2-1.
But with 1 out, Brad Mills is going to play the infield back, except for Bixler at third. If it's hit to Bixler, then he'll come home, assuming that AJ is going to go. Anybody else are going to concede the run to stay out of the big inning.
Two and two the count. And it is full. Hudson on deck.
Wandy's thrown 4 wild pitches this year.
You throw 30% of your repertoire as curveballs, and you throw that, you're going to have some wild pitches.
No doubt.
Now they're playing a little gamesmanship, maybe. That'll get the job done. That'll get it done, and he beats the play. It's a 4-3 ball game.
Lexi beat that ball right into the dirt. Lowry playing deep at shortstop, and he can't get him. 26th RBI for Ramirez. But the bigger factor is that the tying run is on first base. He beats that easily.
So this will be a pitching change as Brad Mills goes out to the mound. Wandy Rodriguez will depart, and we'll be back. 2005 World Series canvas presented by Xfinity. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports.
Our Honda call to the pen is Wilton Lopez, who's having a great year. 3-0, ERA 2.35 on for the 31st time. 24 strikeouts, only 4 walks in 30 2/3. He of the Nicaraguan Wiltons.
So Alexei 6 for 7 in stolen bases. As Hudson hits his first pitch into left field. Maxwell jumps.
He overran it.
Wow.
And then jumped back to get it.
So 2 down.
He came up with Washington. Could very well have watched Alfonso Soriano playing left field.
And here's Diaza. He's 2 for 3. A single, a double, and a run scored. Takes first pitch strike.
Last year, Lopez 2-6, but an ERA of 2.79, and he appeared in 73 games. So they rode him hard out of their bullpen, and he was pretty good.
Oh, 2 the count.
Matt Thornton loosening in the pen.
And again tomorrow, that 2005 commemorative canvas. And also make your plans to be with us because Chris Sale is going to be on the bump. And I say 3 o'clock start tomorrow. Chris Sale against Jordan Lyles. And if you can't make it, there's Chris. Can't make it. That game will be over WGN. See if they want to pitch out on this count. Nope.
Nice play by Castro.
That's the antithesis of a pitch out.
Yeah, there's a pitch in, way in, and almost went to the backstop.
I thought Alexi might be off on that count. Give Alejandro another fresh at bat if he gets thrown out.
Yeah, probably should be off on this one.
There he goes. No, he didn't. Just a fake. Fights it off, so the count hangs at 2-2.
That makes very little sense to me if that's done intentionally, because you get your momentum going, then you stop it, then you have to start from a dead stop instead of just easing off and having your momentum going forward.
That ball get by him. And the lights, he stayed with it and made the catch. So Maxwell saves a run right there. If that ball gets by him. Meanwhile, we come up with 2. We'll go to the 7th, trailing by 1. Lights, and that's Sportsnet Central. Every night at 6:30, 10:30 at midnight, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
So the night is done for Gavin Floyd, who went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits, fan 9, only walked 2, and Matt Thornton comes into the game. He's 2-3, ERA 3.28 on for the 30th time.
Well, that might be the best curveball he's had all year.
No doubt about that.
All 4 of his hits given up were on fastballs. So that's a good sign for Gavin Floyd, ergo us.
And he leaves trailing by just 1 lone run, despite the fact that we have out-hit the Astros 9-4.
Well, here's Maxwell. Fouls it back, looking for it, got it, couldn't do anything with it. And that's out of play. And prorated season tickets for the rest of the season are still available. Purchase a full season plan or choose from 2 great split season plans and gain access to the best seats at the best price. Plans start just below $270 and can be purchased by visiting whitesox.com or calling 312-674-1000. Back through the middle up and a base hit. So the leadoff man aboard. Maxwell 1 for 3 in stolen bases. Bogusevic. They struck out and grounded out 4-1. Takes a bunt, takes a strike.
He doesn't have a sacrifice this year, but looked like he was at least thinking about it.
Big gap in right center.
Dave Clark, third base coach, longtime major leaguer, and a terrific pinch hitter.
He was that. There he goes. Hit and run, and the count 0-2.
Kind of happy you fouled that one off because he got a very good jump. Running on first move. Bogusevic fouls it back, and as you can see, he got about a 3-step jump, and AJ wouldn't have gotten him.
One and two the count. Whoops, almost.
That one goes down the line. Maxwell standing on third.
He gone. Gas.
That goes to the high heat. And just overmatches him. He's way late on that one. There'll be a lot of people late on that one.
Altuve. He's 1 for 3. Led off the ball game with a one-hop double into the seats in left field. Just a bullet. Takes first pitch strike. Okay, boys. Nope. Nope. Perfect double play ball.
That's a tailor-made 6-4-3. And it turns into a heads-up base running play by Maxwell, who can fly. As soon as he saw that ball get away, he never stopped around second. That ball just goes under the glove, hits the heel of Ramirez. Well, the heel of the glove of Ramirez. And unfortunately, that opens the door.
So Matt's got to pitch over it. Jordan Schaefer has struck out twice, walked, and scored.
Schaefer can bunt. And with the Astros not a particularly high scoring team in a one-run game, it's something that the infield has to be aware of.
It's not a good effort right there. And a count 0-1.
Altuve can run also. 9 out of 12 in stolen bases.
Just a short lead by Altuve. Big man right here. One and one to count.
He didn't show bunt there as Dave Clark once again goes over his set of signs.
1-1 pitch. And it goes for a strike. So advantage Thornton.
Big fastball, and it had the whole plate. So I'm not sure what Schaefer was looking for, but it was not a strike that he was looking for. Good pitch.
A little bigger lead now by Altuve. And that's fired off the facade.
Be a huge strikeout here of Schaefer, because you turn around Lowry, who's not near as good a hitter from the right side as he is from the left.
Two and two. Clark going through his sequence of signs. Bobby Mitchum talking to Altuve. There he goes. Just got a piece of it. So runners at the corners, 1 out, 2-2 the count here in the top of the 7th. 4-5-0 for the Astros, 3-9-1 for our Sox. They got him picked off. He's going to try to get him to run down. Watch the man at the plate. Alexei, no. Dadgummit.
Concentrating on the wrong guy.
Man.
You concentrate on the wrong guy. The guy that hurts you is the guy at third.
It's a 5-3 ball game.
He picks him off, but this is like a play that you would work on in Little League, in that you force the shortstop to keep running as hard as he can, and then no chance as a speed burner that knew the speed of Maxwell. He scores easily.
That ball hit hard on a breaking pitch. Get foul.
It will.
So a gift run.
Robin, not particularly happy with that one, as you would expect.
Well, the inning should have been over with a perfect double play ball. It was booted by Alexei, and then the botched double steal attempt. Two and two. He gone, but we give them one. 7th inning stretch, we trail it 5-3. 5-3. Astros on top here in the bottom of the 7th. Beckham, Dunn, Canerco, Rios, AJ, hopefully. First pitch strike. Gordon is 1 for 3. That's up high. And the count 1-2.
Lance Barrett is giving Lopez the high strikes to Gordon. There's some pretty good late movement on that fastball.
Checks it up.
Oh.
He rings him up.
Paz Diaz on the call.
That's one of those that can go either way. So here's Dunn. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. They get 2 for 3 now. He just serves that one into left field. They had the big shift on. So now that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
During the commercial break, it was not a particularly good inning for Ramirez, and Matt Thornton comes over. Tells him, keep your head in there because we're probably going to need you the rest of the way.
Paulie 0 for 3 all 3 times tonight has gone out to Lowry. That's short. Lopez not going to overpower you.
No, he's not. He's given up just 2 home runs, however, despite the fact that he does keep the ball up in the zone a lot, and he doesn't walk hardly anybody.
Very quickly, 0-2 the count. Extra innings in Cincinnati, with the Tigers tied at 5. Come on, Paulie. 1st and 30.
Trying to get a little something extra there. That was at 94, but he almost threw it over Castro's head.
Outfielder deep. Straight up, spread out, no double set.
That was a strike.
Yep, 2 down.
Well, he just got outguessed. Menard's pitch tracks. That one with real good movement on it. Had the whole plate.
So here's Alex. Started off that 2-run 6 with that double. Alex 1 for 3. Now has 10 doubles, 3 triples. First pitch strike. He's just getting ahead. That's what good pitchers do.
Rodriguez and right. Wright, the left-hander. Rodriguez, the right-hander.
He got a cookie there and couldn't do anything with it.
Wallace almost went over in the stands to get that one. There is the original hanging slider.
That's about 5 rows back, bud.
Unless you're rubber man, you're not going to get that.
And that's going to be in there. Get by him. Get by him. Now they're going to have to hold him on the double by Alex. So the tying run. Ducks on the pond. 2 out. And that'll bring up A.J., who I imagine we'll see what they want to do. Alex Rios. That a boy.
That ball down, sliced into right center field. Second double of the night for Rios.
Mills made the sign to the left-hander. Got Jordan Danks on deck. So Lopez will depart. Wright comes on and we'll be back.
31st time. ERA 3.86, but he's thrown a grand total of 16 in the 3rd innings. So just about each and every time he comes on to try to get one hitter. And the game is on the bases. Tying run at second. And A.J. up.
Right. Little guy, 5'11", 179, but he is a strikeout guy. So here we go. Right out of Montgomery, Alabama. First pitch right there at 83. And a count 0-2. Done at third, Rios at second with 2 out.
And 2 outs, runners in scoring position. A.J. has been just about as good as anybody in the league, hitting a very robust 360.
Reaches out and pokes it to the shortstop, Lowry. And that'll retire the side. So we threaten. Can't score. Into the 8th, trailing by 2.
Santiago. Floyd for 6, Thornton for 1, and Santiago comes in for the 21st time, a 1-1 record, 4.35 ERA. He inherits a 2-run deficit. We've got 6 outs to go. Hector's got to hold him right there.
Lowry, the switch hitter, is 2 for 2 and a sacrifice fly, a double, and a 2-run homer. First pitch strike. And Cincinnati has just defeated the Tigers 6-5. Up high, 1-1 to count. Alex. And that's out number 1. Cleveland leading St. Louis 6-2, bottom of the 8th in St. Louis. Minnesota leading the Cubs 6-5, bottom of the 7th at Target Field. Pittsburgh beat Kansas City 4-2, so the Pirates now 3 over, 30-27. Martinez is 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out to short. Two and 0 the count. That's popped up. Right side. Stay in here. Come back. AJ is there. Makes the catch. 2 down.
Pretty good catch as this ball drifting away from AJ. Throws the mask. And takes down the second out of the inning. Well, not the easiest play to make when you're running away from the play.
No, that was, he stayed right with it all the way. Good play. There's a breaking ball strike to Wallace, who is 1 for 2, a homer, his first of the season. That came leading off in the second. If you just tuned in, Gavin Floyd was good tonight. He was sharp. He got hurt on 4 fastballs. Best curve he has had maybe all season. Certainly in his last 6 starts. A good sign.
We got most everything over. Just 2 walks to go with those 9 Ks. Only give up the 4 hits. That was it. But unfortunately, 3 of the runs scored against him came courtesy of home runs. Menard's pitch tracks just a bit wide.
He gone. That one got him. Aced him. 1-2-3 inning for Hector. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. We need 2 to tie. Sox and Radio Disney baseball card pack presented by Radio Disney. Radio Disney AM 1300. Your music, your way. As we get set to go to the bottom of the 8th. 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Astros. 3 runs on 11 hits, 1 error for our guys. Jordan Danks came on, had his first major league at bat back in the 6th inning. Had AJ at second base, nobody out, and he did his job. 1-2 count, hit a rocket right to Wallace at first base on the ground. Start us off right here, Jordan. Get your first big league hit. Oh and 1. That's what he was doing down at Charlotte. 302, 8 homers, 28 RBIs.
It's kind of like a .419 on base percentage.
Count evens at 1. And just a terrific outfield. Took that pitch nicely. 2-1. Outfield spread out slightly to the left.
And they must respect his power because they're very deep.
Yeah, a 2-run game. Count evens at 2. Good eye. Full count. Ball 4 base hit right here. Jordan. Fights it off. Foul ball. And fans, this is your chance to win an A.J. Pierzynski autographed jersey and tell the White Sox what you think. Simply log on to your computer and take a quick survey. Your answers are confidential. Visit whitessox.com/survey. You must complete this survey before tonight's game ends to be eligible for the prize. And there it is. Yes. His first major league hit, that a boy, Jordan. And a good way to start the 8th. Yes.
And a terrific at bat as he fouled off good pitch after good pitch. Finally breaking the bat. And recording hit number 1.
And they will get that ball as here comes Brad Mills. What a thrill. What a thrill. I know Mama and Dad probably got tears in their eyes right now. But anyway, Wesley Wright departs, and we'll be back.
And it comes off the bat of Jordan Danks. The broken bat of Jordan Danks, a base hit, his first. And something he will always treasure. A Miller moment. And our Honda call to the pen is Fernando Rodriguez. Rodriguez at 1-6, 3.80 ERA, 21 strikeouts in 21 1/3 innings, but 10 walks, so control is an issue.
He's 27 years old, 6'3", 240 pounds, out of El Paso. So good speed at first. And here's Alexei. Alexei is 2 for 3 tonight. Sharp single, infield single, and an RBI. Pours that one over at 92 for a strike.
Got to make it happen here. You don't want to get to Brett Myers with the save on the line. So get him before he gets in.
Left side. And they get him, just do get him at second.
Strong play by Lowry at shortstop. I didn't think they'd have much of a chance, but he's got a pretty strong arm. Short hop. And they got him by an eyelash. Good call by Mike Everett.
So here's Hudson. He is 0 for 3. Just a short lead by Alexei. First pitch strike to Orlando. Gap out there in right center. Bixler well off the line, even with the bag at third.
This is Hudson's best side by far.
Bigger lead now by Alexei. Good rip. Oh, and 2 the count. Got him a good pitch to hit. Got a cookie and pops it up. So 2 down.
Tried to throw an overhand curveball and just really rolled it right over the middle of the plate. Unfortunately, Orlando couldn't do much with it. But Diaz has been swinging a red hot bat.
He's 2 for 4 tonight, and in his last at bat he hit a bullet into left field. Maxwell saved a run. Ball got in the lights. He stayed with it and made the catch. Low line drive. There he goes. And he had that base stolen, but pitch is fouled away. Nothing in 1 to count to Diaz.
Rodriguez is very slow to home plate.
There he goes again. Couldn't find the Arizona. We ain't gonna throw him out anyway.
Nope. Not with those times to home plate. 1.3 major league average, and I'd wager he'd be around 1.6.
Pick him up, Alejandro.
Tough ball to handle anyway with the overhand curve in the dirt.
Now the outfield, they're deep except for Maxwell. Pitch is off the plate and he called it a strike.
He got it up there at 95, but he didn't get it in the zone, and you can tell because Castro yanked it back over the corner, and by Menard's pitch tracks you can see it.
Big call right there. Big difference in 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. There he goes. And it's academic. So we're into the 9th. We trail it 5-3. Bixler. Pretty good pass, but that one fouls it back and out of play. And a reminder, you can follow our White Sox with the MLB.com @BAT12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit whitesox.com. Bixler. 143, no homers. 1 for 7. And count 1 and 2. Taking some other scores for you. Washington beat Boston 7-4 at Fenway. Phillies over Baltimore 9-6. At Oriole Park, Yankees thumped the Mets 9-1 in the Bronx. He gone. Gas.
Just reaches back and throws it by him. In that game in Boston, Steven Strasburg just strolled into Fenway Park, went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, struck out 13 Red Sox, and ran his record to 7-1.
He's back.
Was he good?
Oh.
Jeez. What stuff.
Yes, he is. Now here's Castro. Breaking ball misses. Jason robbed of a hit on a beautiful play by Beckham. Then he went out to center and then struck out. Good strike. Cleveland has defeated St. Louis 6-2. Bottom of the 8th, Minnesota. Cubs have taken a 7-6 lead. Good strike. Tampa Bay leading Miami 5-1. Bottom of the 9th. Toronto at Atlanta tied at 3. That game in the top of the 9th. Souvenir left side. Angels leading the Rockies 4-1. Bottom of the 8th in Denver. Oakland after 3 down in Phoenix. A's leading the D-backs 6-3. Fouls that breaking ball away. Just joining us here, Astros 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the 5th. We scored 1 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. They added a gift run in the top of the 7th. Gavin Floyd 6 innings, 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, and had 9 punch-outs. Well, there's a bullet. So Castro aboard with 1 out.
Second time Castro's hit the ball hard tonight. First time Gordon Beckham robbed him. This time he made sure he couldn't.
Keeps his hands back very nice. Very nice. Got some good things up here. It's easy to see. As I mentioned, he's just, what, 24. He got a chance.
Missed a full year, and so he's just coming back. And to talk with Brad Mills about him, he said he catches 3 of the pitchers, and that's it. 3 and 2, they split the catching duties. He said it's Chris Snyder who catches the other 2. That way they keep them both fresh. But eventually, he's going to be a #1 catcher.
Oh, he's going to hit.
Yes, sir.
And it's Maxwell. 1-1 to Justin. He's 1 for 3 with that gift run scored in the 7th. Pretty good lead by Castro. Yeah, when you keep your hands back as nicely and as naturally, so to speak, as Castro does, you got a chance to be a good hitter. For our guys in the bottom of the 9th, we got the right guys coming up. We got Beckham, Dunn, Canerco, Rios, AJ.
I would assume we're going to face Brett Myers.
Also, we'd be remiss. We've got to send a big White Sox thank you and shout out to John Vincent. We've had John here a few times now singing the national anthem, and he's awesome. Getting to be a fan favorite. Doesn't he sing down at Ditka's a lot?
I believe he does. And he has a powerful voice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Fouls that back, and the count evens at 2.
There is Brett Myers, who last year 7-14 as a starter. So they decided that wasn't too good. So they moved him in the bullpen. He has closed before, and he's been very good this year.
So a full count. And that's foul back to our right. Five, 6-0 for them. They have stranded 4. 3-12-1 for us. We have stranded 10. And Jess did get a piece of that one. And once again, the payoff. So the walk, and here comes Robin. Bogusevic, the hitter. So Santiago will depart. Ullman comes on, and we'll be back.
Who inherits Astros at first and second. Only one out here in the 9th inning. And those are some pretty big runs to leave on base. As Ullman on for the 25th time. The 0-2 record. The ERA a touch below 5.5. He's got to deal with Bogusevic, and probably won't be around to see Altuve.
Bogusevic 0 for 3 tonight. So 1 out, 2 on. Big gap out there in right center. Breaking ball hangs inside. 1-0 the count. And the count 2-0. Dave Clark, a very animated third base coach. A lot of movement. And that is fouled back. Walk out, check the dugout.
Takes a look down, gets a sign.
I love to watch third base coaches.
That's pretty easy. Don't run and don't get doubled off on a line drive. Those were the signs he got.
The 2-1 pitch. Pretty good pitch right there. Didn't get it.
Menard's pitch tracks. That ball just missing.
Altuve on deck and a 3-1 delivery. It's full. He's a tough little customer, that Altuve. And that's fouled away, so the count remains full. Bogasevic. And once again, the payoff. That ball hit hard. Way back. It is 8-3. Wow. Wow.
Well, we talked about the power that he had, despite the fact that he only had 3 home runs, that being his 4th. I showed it to you right there. He got one right down the middle. And he got every bit of this. Our Ford home run replay. Long gone, very deep part of the park.
And that's going to send a whole bunch to the exits. So here is Altuve, 1 for 4. Takes first pitch strike. .431 feet they estimated that one. You knew it was going to be a long way when you saw those people in the middle of the bleachers out there.
You're not kidding.
Getting up. And that's into right field. Long way to go. He can't get there. And that's a fair ball. So a ground rule double. Altuve's second double of the ball game. His 12th. Check that, 17th of the season.
Altuve came in hitting .323, and he's improved upon that.
So here's Schaefer. 0 for 3 tonight, 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a run scored.
Little guy at the top is hitting .325.
He's a tough cookie.
Yep.
Breaking ball. And 2 down. Well, the one positive thing certainly in this ball game was Gavin Floyd. He had good stuff tonight. Got hurt on some fastballs, but I don't recall him hanging one curveball.
Now, if he can keep this stuff, the stuff he had tonight, he's going to win a lot of games from here on out.
Yeah, he's going to win. Here's Lowry. 2 for 3. Sacrifice fly, a double, a 2-run homer, and a fly out to right field. Popped up right side. Stay in here. Paulie's got a shot. and he makes it. But the long 3-run homer, Bogusevic, and it is an 8-3 Houston lead. Coming up after White Sox postgame live, Bears quarterback Jay Cutler sounds off regarding the Bears offense. Plus, I'll have another is scratched from the Belmont. I'll have another is scratched from the Belmont. That's bad news. We'll tell you why. So join Chris Bowden and Luke Stuckmeyer. That's Chris Bowden and Luke Stuckmeyer for GMC Sportsnet Central tonight after postgame live only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Brett Myers comes into the game, and he was warmed up. He is their closer. Non-safe situation, but he needs an inning of work, and he comes on a 2.25 ERA.
First pitch strike. That one to 91.
He's got a terrific overhand curveball. That's usually his wipeout pitch.
One and one to count. And now it's 1-2. Gordon with that pop up to second, that line shot single back into the middle, fly out to left, and a strikeout. Breaking ball, a little soft two-hopper, Bixler, and that's out number one. Here's Dunn. Adam is 2 for 3 with an RBI. Just tuned in, Wandy Rodriguez and Gavin Floyd, the pitchers of record. Rodriguez went 5 1/3, giving up 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 walk, a couple of strikeouts. He's looking to pick up his 5th victory against 4 defeats.
And Gavin would fall to 4 and 6.
Two and one to count. Souvenir left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And once again, a reminder, make your plans to be with us tomorrow afternoon. Chris Sale on the bump against Jordan Lyles, right-hander. Now, if you can't make it, that game will be over WGN in the finale of this set and this homestand on Sunday. Philip Umber against Lucas Harrell. And that game right back here on Comcast Sportsnet as that curveball fouled away left side. Here, the probables.
Chris Sale has been the stopper. And we could use a big effort tomorrow afternoon.
Another breaking ball out in front of that one. Hits himself a knock. Nope. 2 down. So here's Paulie. Paulie 0 for 4 tonight. 21 to count. That ball hit hard. Maxwell, he's there, makes the catch. And this ball game is over. So the Sox looking to try to make some hay against Houston. Couldn't do it. Wandy Rodriguez. But the positive thing, as I talked about earlier, Gavin Floyd.
Yeah, terrific curveball tonight with those 9 Ks, only 2 walks. He got careless with 4 fastballs. It cost them as Houston hit the ball out of the ballpark, and they hit the ball out of the ballpark all night long, and that's the difference in this one.
All right, our GMC player of the game is a shortstop, Jed Lowry. Sacrifice fly, a double, a 2-run homer. Our GMC player of the game. So for my partner, Steve Stone, our director, Jim Angio, our producer, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Dave Ross, our technical manager, Mark Harper, the executive producer, Jim Corno Jr., also for the mayor, Mean Joe Groove, and up here in the booth, Mike Mayer, Frank D'Amato, Frank Leone, and down in sound, Doug Bullard. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody. You've been watching Chicago White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, now part of the NBC Sports Group.